My name's Tony McKnight. I'm a creative, and I came up with the Giant Poppy project. It's going to be a culmination, I guess, of my creativity of all these years and my passion for ANZAC and those who gave their lives.
Well, Tony McKnight works in our space, and I think through our team being so diverse and having people from different cultures and countries, one of our jokes is if you don't know what something stands for, you're not allowed to have the day off on a public holiday. So it was ANZAC Day, and I said, what does it stand for? And only half my team got the day off. And Tony was like, geez, that's a big issue there. You know, people don't actually realise it.
Obviously it just started with a vision, and you know, there's two ways you can always go in life. You can either go, okay, yep, that's cool, I'll park that, or no, I really need to act on this. And for me, it was really important that I just kept pushing forward with this, so I did.
And I think in terms of his passion and drive, and you know, obviously there's something internal that's driving him, where he's had his father and his uncle been involved in both wars, and it sort of fruited from there, and we've helped support him as much as we can.
So New Zealand Steel had a previous relationship with me. I'd worked on their advertising some years ago, and I still had a good relationship with them.
Vicky, our Head of External Affairs, brought it to us, and we're really excited about the idea of the project. So I think it captivated us. It's our 50th anniversary this year, so it fit in really neatly with what we're doing. But I think to us, ANZAC Day is such an important part of Australian New Zealand culture and history, and to be part of that is something we're really excited about.
Pretty quickly they came back and said, hey, this is a really great concept. You know, we'll help you. So
we produce the steel and the colour for the red poppies and the black poppies that will actually go out and be planted. So it's really exciting to use our steel for something different other than roofing and walling.
So they pressed the steel, and from there they needed to find a company who could actually pop out the discs.
It started with a phone call, and they asked the question, would we be interested in making some discs? Did we have something that could make the discs? Yeah, we'd done it before. A few days later we got the go-ahead. We got the tool, we modified the tool slightly to make the right size, and we processed it, and it's all packed up here ready to be picked up and taken away again.
For Brian from KTD, it was, I get that he's quite a passionate person, and he really wanted to, you know, from his heart help.
Extremely proud to have been associated with it. Also enthusiastic that the town of Waihi has had a company in there, a small company, made this device for the project at the end of the day.
So for me, as I said, I've always been really passionate about the ANZAC spirit, and every year I go to a dawn service or an ANZAC service wherever I am in the world, and at the end of the service all the dignitaries put their wreaths down on the cenotaph. And you know, I'd always wanted to do that myself, but I never really felt that I could, and so I just came up with this amazing idea, this epiphany. Why not create this giant poppy on the ground that everybody can put their own poppies onto, and so it becomes a poppy for the people.
It's the people's poppy, and I think that's quite smart in terms of how Tony's allowing people to play a part and be involved in such a massive art piece, you know. So from grandkids to grandparents, you get all generations that can all be a part of it. And I think New Zealanders like, you know, they like to get involved, they like to be involved with something like this, and I think it's going to be, you know, memorable for a very long time.
And today is the birth of another beautiful thing, the giant poppy.
I'm on the Council's World War I steering committee, and the project was talked through with our committee one day, and I think, like one of the speakers, we thought, boy, this is ambitious. But as it went through, and you know, it seemed as though it was absolutely a marvellous, gifted idea, frankly.
It's been overwhelmingly
mind-blowing.
It certainly will be imaginative, and people will come along and fill the holes up, as it were, and say it's creative.
This is something where, like the little kids in primary school through to the adults, it's just something that's all New Zealanders can relate to. It's sort of above and beyond wearing the poppy out of a sign of respect.
Then after that the public can come down, people can come down, New Zealanders, and place their poppies, and so the poppy will grow. And this will happen over 9 days.
Mainly I've heard about it being advertised. I saw the thing in the paper and on the news, but it's very impressive. And I think it's a wonderful idea. It's really marvellous, and it's great. I mean, the children getting involved.
It's giant.
It's
It's well described. Very visible, which is very cool, actually. For me, it brings
really
it back to mind. It's the kind of thing you don't want to forget
Absolutely.
about. And having something where you see the school kids coming and actually providing some commemoration, it brings it back to mind. You'd like to see this sort of thing not drift out of memory as the generations pass on.
I think it's a wonderful project. It's a way of remembering, and we need to remember. I had a very good friend who used to say, forget history at your peril. And I've always believed in that. Don't keep looking back, but don't forget it.
I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. Hope we can get the whole poppy filled up. I think it's important for, the future generations. It's great to see all the school children out here and to see that they've written on poppies, things that people, of course, they've never known.
I think it's really cool. It's big, it's a really cool way to remember it. It's a great way to get children involved because they don't always understand ceremonies in the morning, so I think it's a really nice thing that they can come and do.
I think it's a fantastic idea.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So look at how many people are here. It's brought so many people together.
I think New Zealand as a whole, and I think worldwide, people are coming back to memorial services because they're now starting to appreciate what was actually done, what was given up by the thousands that went to war and didn't come back.
It is a sense of involvement, of course, because it's very much a participatory thing, and I think that's the key to the whole poppy, is that people can personally interact with each disc that they actually put down with a message on it. So that is, I guess, a soul really of a person who gave their lives for our country.
I wrote a couple of names on the tile. A couple of great uncles. I've been doing genealogy and I've discovered these two great uncles, both killed in Flanders. One was an uncle-in-law, if you like. The other was my mother's cousin.
My mother's brother, her older brother, died. Passion.
My father was in the Second World War, and his brothers were also fighting in different, I guess you'd say, theatres in the Second World War. I have a great uncle who gave his life in France in World War One.
Well, both my grandfathers fought in both. They luckily came back. Thankfully came back.
My grandfather, in the World War One days, he was a coach body maker and he was involved in propeller making, wooden propellers.
My uncle was a bomber pilot in the Air Force over Germany.
It was my great-grandfather that fought in Gallipoli and his brother as well. So it's quite, I don't know, it's just a way of commemorating and just being a part of the day somehow, you know? Yeah.
We stop, the poppy will be finished, and then ANZAC Day is on the 25th. The dawn service, of course, is on the morning of the 25th. And then when the lights are dimmed as they do in the dawn service, and then they come on again. To the left of all those people standing at the cenotaph will be this beautiful poppy, the biggest poppy in the world.